Very good morning to all. Team Earth is proud to bring to you their first webinar on technological advancements and Atmanirbharta of Goshalas of our Sangyan webinar series. Earth is an organization established by the students of Enactus IIT Delhi and run by the graduates of NSIT Delhi. Every year, millions of trees are cut to procure wood for cremation. Earth, as an organization, aims at reducing deforestation by replacing firewood with logs made out of cow dung. Not only this, logs produced in the Goshalas act as an additional source of income and help make the Goshalas self-sustainable. Today, we have with us Ms. Anuradha Modi and Ms. Kadri Yadav. Ms. Anuradha Modi is the founder and president of Holy Cow Foundation. She is an avid animal lover and also the foundation of Friendicure Seka and the co-founder of CARE, Kindness to Animals and Respect for Environment. These organizations have played an important role in animal protection. Ms. Kadri Yadav is a vegan entrepreneur and social activist. She has been active in animal welfare since she was 15. She has worked on various animal welfare projects with making Goshalas self-sustainable. She has established a network of cow dung logs from Goshalas to crematorium centers. Not only this, she also works against illegal slaughtering and is put first in veganism awareness through campaigns. Holy Cow Foundation has been pioneer work in making Goshalas self-sufficient and make technology acceptable in Goshalas. So let us quick start this event and get the scoop directly from the founder and network establisher of the organization. So, Ms. Anuradha Modi, could you tell us a bit about Holy Cow Foundation and what was your vision and motivation behind setting up this organization?
So the whole concept of Holy Cow Foundation is that how can we make the non-productive cows, which are so-called non-productive, economically sustainable? Because see, India is a land where cows are respected, where cows are considered holy, and we have very different laws of everything regarding cow slaughter. So in the Western world, the cows which are not productive of milk, they are headed straight to slaughter. And India is unique in that manner that we are probably the only country in the world where we have cow shelters. Now, how do we make these cow shelters self-sufficient? Because they are mostly all dependent upon donations. And donations can sometimes come and sometimes not come. And very often we read news in the newspaper that so many cows have died within the walls of a Gaushala. So, all these we needed to see some way where this cow dung can be used for benefit of all. Of course, the first use of cow dung is that it should be converted into manure and put it back into the land because cow dung is a very good source of fertilizer for the lands. But unfortunately, because of the green revolution and such a huge use of pesticides and fertilizers, we have forgotten this traditional knowledge of using cow dung in our lands. Even in the today, even if they are using fertilizers, they always dump 1 or 2 trolleys of cow dung in the land because that is somehow repeat. But there has not been any organized and systematic way of fortifying the cow dung manure so that it has a better NPK in it and a distribution system for all over India. So what happens is that the Gaushalas which are in cities and all that or far away from agricultural lands, they are not able to get rid of their gobar. Secondly, if somebody is buying that gobar, it is being sold at paisa per kg, which is like nothing. So we have to value add to it to make it more. So a lot of work there is required. Then, Holy Cow Foundation is always looking at new methods of how cow dung can be used to earn money for the Gaushalas. Then we hit upon this idea about the cow dung logs. So a lot of research on the net showed us that this is a possibility that some people are doing it. So we started, finding out more details about it. We found the manufacturer of the machine, which converts pure cow dung into log-shaped logs, which can then be sold to cremation grounds to burn either partly or even to fully replace the use of wood. So, nearly 300 kilograms of wood is used to burn one body. Now, just imagine how many kilograms of wood in all over India is being used and how many trees are being cut for that. When there we have a perfectly good replaceable option for it, which is also Shastric, because in our Shastras it is written that Gaume Vasate Lakshmi, and cow dung and cow urine are not only considered pure, but they are considered purificatory. That means whenever they are applied, they give purity to that place. So it is Shastra Sehmat that we use cow dung for burning the dead bodies. And I think this is really a very huge idea for the entire world, because it's helping environment as well as providing sustainability to certain level to these gaushalas. Because a lot of issues come in labor, because nobody wants to kind of work on it, then nobody wants to pay the price for it. So this is where we need a joint effort. We need joint effort by the crematoriums, by the gaushalas, and by the people who want to replace wood with these logs. So Holy Cow Foundation is working in all these different ways. We have nearly 25 products which are made, by Ayurvedic methods, like for healthcare, body care, home care. So where we can replace chemicals and use natural products.
So while you're talking about making such products and even cow rearing and extraction of such products, so have you adopted any new technology or that has come up over the years, or do you still use traditional methods for rearing and extraction of products?
See, new methods is like we are using this machine to make the logs. Then we have started making gobar diyas for Diwali and other occasions, where simple mold is used to make them. Then we are making broom sticks. Earlier they were making broom sticks, just rolling them. So we have a machine for that as well. And the cow urine arc, which is a distillate of cow urine, which is used for over 108 illnesses, because it's an immunity booster and it regularizes the liver functions, digestive functions of the body. So a lot of people are drinking this Gaumutra, which is distillated. So earlier,
ma'am, your video and audio is stuck.
we used so all these things which kind of cover up the taste and the smell, and it is made very drinkable. Like it's just like a medicine. So that we are doing. Then we have also started making Gonile, which is a replacement for chemical-based phenyl, floor cleaner. So in that we use cow urine, which is boiled with neem leaves. And that is a very good, it's pet safe, and there are no chemicals involved in it. So, we are looking at new methods of what all can be done. Like recently I saw on the internet that somebody was making bricks out of cow dung. So that would also be another very good method for this distribution.
So, since cow is considered holy in the Hindu religion, a lot of people show resistance at the idea of using modern methods of harvesting, or even refuse to accept such methods and maybe even the derived products sometimes. So, Kavya, could you tell us a bit about if you face any kind of discouragement or resistance from people for not using the traditional methods and while shifting over to modern methods?
No, we have not found any such, because anybody who is using any traditional method, they are quite open to having some labor-saving devices in place. It's the people who are, who don't understand the whole theory, the whole concept. They are the ones who are not very proactive on it, and who consider that, oh, you're drinking cow urine, oh, you're backward. So it's the modern people who are more close to this idea rather than the traditional people. The traditional people are really happy that we can think of more and more methods. In fact, we have even taken out one Kamdhenu hull, which is, for plowing, because the traditional plowing method is very painstaking, because, that person has to be, for plowing, a lot of hard work is required to plow a field. So this Kamdhenu hull, this has been made, and it is like a small little tractor. It has a little seat on which the person can sit, and then plow the field. So this is a very new method, and this was developed by Narayan Modi of the State Natural Resource Foundation. So the new methods, they are being accepted, but of course, newer methods are coming. Like nobody wants to do the plowing; they want to use the tractor. There is somebody in Vrindavan, and he had never cared for cows. So he had made bullock-drawn buses for the local children, and 10 such buses are flying there. So sometimes, a mixture of the traditional as well as the some modern concept in it can bring out a very good product. Like you use the tires instead of the wheels, so that would load on the bullocks as well. So we have to kind of see and mix the modern with the traditional.
Kavya, would you like to add something to it? To what regarding the social and religious barriers or if even exist while interacting with users?
Actually, I believe in our religion, cow dung is already acceptable. But just we need to advertise it properly. We will need to we are in need to make aware people like the benefit of cow products and the usage of cow products and how that waste product can save so many trees and the place जहाँ पे भी वो fill किया जाता है, जहाँ पे वो लैंड में रखा जाता है, जहाँ पे वो वेस्टेज होता है. If you see कहीं गौशाला आप जाते हैं, आप वहाँ पे जाके देखते हैं तो एक पूरा एरिया होता है जहाँ पे गोबर इकट्ठा हुआ होता है. वो बहुत प्रॉब्लम है एक गौशाला के लिए. जहाँ जानवर रहता है उसके लिए भी प्रॉब्लम है. वो वेस्ट है एक प्रोडक्ट और उस वेस्ट को एक वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट करना बहुत जरूरी है, जिसके लिए हमें लगा कि जो लॉग्स है अगर पहले ये थे यूज होते थे क्रेमेटोरियम्स में, बट इतनी एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी नहीं थी. हमने प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर डिजाइनिंग की, उसको एक डिजाइन दिया, उसको एक ज्यादा उसकी एक अच्छी एडवर्टीजमेंट की, तो उन्हें लगा कि यार इट इज अ प्रोडक्ट, इट कैन रिप्लेस वुड. और आज हर कोई अवेयर है, एनवायरमेंट को बचाना चाहता है, तो वो इसके ऊपर वो एक्सेप्ट करेंगे इसे. वी नीड मोर पीपल, ज्यादा लोग इसमें आए और इस पे काम करें. उसके ऊपर कुछ R&D हो, न्यू डेवलपमेंट्स हो, उसके एक अच्छा वर्टिकल और हॉरिजॉन्टल बिजनेस चैनल बने इसके लिए. तो इट्स अ प्रॉफिटेबल प्रोडक्ट फॉर काउस, फॉर नॉन प्रोडक्टिव काउस एज वेल एज ट्रीज के लिए तो चाहे ही, हमारे एनवायरमेंट के लिए तो चाहे ही. तो हमें ज्यादा लोगों को इसमें आने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि जितने ज्यादा लोग इसमें इंटरेस्ट देंगे उतना ही प्रोडक्ट ये आगे जाएगा. मतलब अगर आप किसी प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट में कुछ भी XYZ आप सेल करते हो, वो तभी प्रमोट होता है जब वो ज्यादा शेल्फ पे जाता है, ज्यादा उसकी एडवर्टीजमेंट होती है. जब लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कि उसके क्या क्या फायदे हैं, तो वो नहीं सेल हो सकता ना. लोगों को मालूम नहीं है. जब तक हम उन्हें बताएंगे नहीं, उनको अच्छी तरह समझाएंगे नहीं, तो इसको थोड़ा ज्यादा बेटर तरीके से हमें करने की जरूरत है. वी नीड मोर न्यू पीपल इन दिस. और इट्स अ वेरी प्रॉफिटेबल प्रोडक्ट, इट्स वेरी गुड, एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी बहुत अच्छी है. इनिशियली वी हैड सम प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं, हर प्रोडक्ट में होती है. इनिशियली वी हैड अ प्रॉब्लम्स, बट इट इज वेरी एक्सेप्टेबल प्रोडक्ट एंड रियली क्रेमेटोरियम्स वर वेरी वेरी हैप्पी. जब हम उनका खुद का खर्चा बचता है, लकड़ी इट्स वेरी वेरी एक्सपेंसिव देन द लॉग्स. जब आप वुड खरीदते, क्रेमेटोरियम्स जो वुड खरीदते उससे बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है जो लॉग्स हम लेते हैं उनसे. तो उनका खुद भी बेनिफिट है, इट्स इकोनॉमिकल वायबल फॉर देम एज वेल. जब उनके लिए वायबल है और गौशाला के लिए वायबल है, तो दे बोथ आर ईच दोनों एक दूसरे के ऊपर निर्भर हो जाते हैं. तो इट्स अ वेरी गुड प्रोडक्ट फॉर दैट. एंड बाकी रहे बहुत सारे और जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं जो होली काउ करती है. आप जितने भी प्रोडक्ट उठाएंगे काउ के वेस्ट से बनते हैं, दे आर वेरी वेरी बेनिफिटेड और उनके लिए बहुत ज्यादा मार्केट, एक्चुअली अवेयरनेस कम है. जितनी अवेयरनेस बढ़ेगी उतना ज्यादा लोगों को पता चलेगा और उतना ज्यादा ही प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आएगा और उतना ज्यादा उसकी सेल्स होंगे. और इसके लिए हमें वर्टिकल और हॉरिजॉन्टल वेज पे काम करने की जरूरत है. एज अ बिजनेस अगर हम इस पे करना चाहते हैं, इनको कुछ एक सॉल्यूशन चाहते हैं, फाइनली अच्छा सॉल्यूशन चाहते हैं.
So, like you talked about cow dung logs, so I guess we will be backtracking from here a bit and walking through the journey of cow dung logs. And as a product, why was it? Because all of us know that earlier people used to use cow dung cakes, and now we are trying to move towards cow dung logs. So, what and why is there a need to shift from cow dung cakes to logs when it comes to cremations and crematoriums?
See,
Yeah.
वो point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kajal.
अच्छा, ओके। या हमें इसमें क्यों चेंज करने की जरूरत पड़ी, मैं आपको बताती हूँ। पहले से यूज हो रहे थे, आप बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, बट ये कितने यूज हो रहे थे, बहुत कम ज्यादा मात्रा में यूज हो रहे थे। हमने उनको प्रैक्टिकल भी करके दिखाया जिसकी यूज होने लगे। इसको करने की जरूरत इसलिए पड़ी कि हमें प्रोडक्ट पे R&D करनी पड़ती है। टाइम के हिसाब से प्रोडक्ट की डेवलपमेंट, उसकी जो प्रेजेंटेशन है उसमें चेंज की जरूरत होती है। इट लुक्स लाइक जस्ट लाइक वुड, वो एकदम वुड की तरह लगता है। तो इसका जो प्रेजेंटेशन है, एक जो कैचीनेस ऑफ द कस्टमर है, ये बढ़ जाती है जब हम, और उसकी जो जब हम इसे सेल करते हैं, जैसे कि आप गौशाला से क्रिमेटोरियम तक पहुंचाते हैं, तो जो लोग हैं उनको भी देखने में अच्छा लगता है। जब अच्छा लगता है तो उसके बाद वो ज्यादा बेटर तरीके से मार्केट में जब उसका एक शेल्फ बन जाता है। जब अगर कोई चीज ज्यादा बेटर, पहले हम पोचे यूज करते थे घरों में कॉटन के, आज हम मॉप्स यूज करते हैं। द थ्रेड इज सेम, बट द टेक्नोलॉजी हैज मेड इट मोर इजियर और मोर अप्रोचेबल।
Also, to make these uplas, most of the women used to be involved in making the uplas. So nowadays, even the women are not very keen to put their hand into gobar, and even in the villages. And the logistics also are not working. So we have found this, that women think that कि ये काम हमें क्यों दिया जा रहा है, and men got very this thing that ये तो women का काम है उपले थेपना, जिसमें आदमी नहीं लगता था business में। बट अब जब से ये मशीन लगी है, तो men are so that they are there, they are working on it, and there is no kind of a taboo that earlier it was attached. Also, the logistics become very easier, and then you have to dry this before it can be used. So, if cleanliness भी maintain होती है, क्योंकि the logs can be stacked right one on top of the other and made into a very neat pile with actual between to dry it. But when you go to the villages, you see कि ये उपले जो होते हैं, ये सब village walls पे any open area you see that ladies have हुए। So that makes the whole area also look very attractive. So we must use new technology and increase the production also. Like एक lady कितना थेप लेगा in one day. So we can make tons and tons of this logs.
So while you talk about, sorry, were you adding something? I'm sorry.
I said, so that is why all these new technologies are very much required. Like I know that IIT is working on some way to dry these logs, because to dry them is taking a long time. And when you're making something and selling something, if the period in between that is a long span, that increases your cost. That should be added in the cost of making. So to reduce that cost of production, as soon as a product is made, and then it is, if it goes for selling, then naturally your product cost goes down, your because you're occupying a space also to dry them. So all these things are good. And if IIT can come up with a method of drying this gobar, that will be another very big added. And I think this is a completely win-win product. I mean, there is simply no negativity.
That is definitely something that is in the scope of working upon. Yeah. So while we're talking about logistics and constraints, we all know that COVID-19 has given rise to remote handling in a lot of industries. And so what changes do you think it would bring into cattle farming? Does it actually pose more problems, or does it pave the way for better and newer technology?
I didn't get your question correct.
Sorry, I was talking about COVID-19. In the current situation, person-to-person and physical on-ground contact has become restricted and restrained. So do you think that this, with respect to cattle farming and, handling gaushalas in general, does it actually create more problems, or do you think that there are some technologies that do exist and actually the scope for newer technologies that could help handle such a situation?
See, it is definitely a very big challenge. Donations have also reduced because people's earning capacity has gone down. Then people who are visiting gaushalas, they are not a lot of people who visit the donation or the cows. So definitely these are very, very challenging times. And the thing is that unfortunately enough research on cow urine has not been undertaken by our scientists. They have considered this is something which is much beneath their status. Otherwise, suppose cow urine is considered because it's a huge immunity booster. So who knows, if suppose there had been proper research, we could have come up with something to give more immunity to the people through this. Because even diseases like cancer have got cured by this. But of course, there's not enough research on it. So it's not a... Secondly, one good point that could come out of this COVID situation is that people are moving towards healthy food. So, they're looking for organic food. They're looking for pesticide-free foods. So this can be a very big boost to the farmers to utilize this opportunity to start producing organic without pesticides and fertilizers, and start using cow dung and cow urine in their agricultural practices.
Kalvi, would you like to add something to what Anuradha ma'am just said?
वैसे मैम ने सब कुछ बताया ही है. मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहूंगी कि वी वांट न्यू पीपल टू कम इन, न्यू यूथ टू कम इन, जो कि इन वेज को आगे ले जाए और इन्हें डेवलपमेंट करें, इन्हें R&D करें, इन्हें इसको ज्यादा बेटर तरीके से मार्केट करें, क्योंकि इनका जो शेल्फ है वो बहुत छोटा है मार्केट में. अगर आप किसी भी केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर के अगेंस्ट किसी भी काउ डंग प्रोडक्ट को देखते हैं तो वो मार्केट में कहीं एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. देयर इज अ वेरी स्मॉल, वी आर ऑन वेरी स्मॉल स्केल इन द मार्केट. वी नीड मोर पीपल टू बी इन, क्योंकि जब ज्यादा लोग इसमें इंटरेस्ट लेंगे और ज्यादा इसको एज अ बिजनेस करेंगे तभी ये आगे जाएगा, और तभी ये आगे जाकर कुछ इसका कोई आउटकम आएगा एक प्रैक्टिकल वे में. इसको बढ़ाने के लिए हमें ज्यादा लोग या ज्यादा एफर्ट्स की जरूरत है.
And we really need new minds, youngsters to get into it. Because see, if suppose we are working on animal welfare, so one person can only do that much work. We need a very big marketing teams. Now हम लोग सब lacking है क्योंकि हम अपने products को बहुत अच्छी तरह से market नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. बहुत सारी गौशाला है जो बहुत सारी चीजें करती हैं, but वो market नहीं कर पाती. We need new minds. And अगर कुछ नए लोग गौशाला के साथ जुड़ जाएं, it won't be very hard that every gaushala will become sustainable, because you have to look at new methods of how to earn more revenue for the gaushala.
Recently, even the government started putting emphasis on digitalization of cattle farming. So, do you think this is? How do you think this can be more feasible? Because as we know, a lot of gaushalas are not with touch with technology. So do you think, is there any way that this new idea of the government to digitalize cattle farming, to try create an online database, can in this process they can even tap smaller gausalas?
Unfortunately, the government's entire focus is coming on the dairy industry. All that they are concerned about is how we can increase the milk output. Okay, fine. You want to do that, you go ahead and do that. But you, along with it, have a policy. What about the male calves that are born? Now the government is bringing out sex semen also, but that has not been entirely successful, and it can't be all over the place. Well, you can do it in smaller areas where you're sex semen for so that only male calves are born. But till the time all these things are in place, the government must have a policy side by side that what is to be done with the male calves. Are we going to keep on allowing male calves to be just left on the roads, to be smuggled, to be butchered in byways? Because this is what's happening. We have illegal slaughtering. People stuff male calves in their cars in the night, 2 to 3. And then if the God people kind of catch them, and they are very angry about it, that how have you stuffed these cows like this, and कुछ mob reaction होता है, the entire country stands up against the lynching and all. But why aren't we standing up that these people are breaking the law by smuggling cattle? So the government definitely needs to have some kind of policies where they look at it holistically and not just push dairy. Now the government needs to push organic farming even more tremendously. Like most of our states are today organic. But if we don't support the marketing of their youth, they will also slowly go into chemical farming. So because there is no outlet where, there is no mandi for organic produce. It all gets mixed up when it comes to the mandi. So people who are struggling to produce food without pesticides, they must have an outlet of how to sell their produce. So, the government must take holistic approach whenever they deal with anything, see the overall picture, give a complete package to the people. Not give it in bits and pieces, it just won't work. Now in, I think Jharkhand government or even Chhattisgarh, one of the two, they have said that we will buy cow dung for 2 rupees. Now these are the kind of policies that are needed. Because you tell somebody कि भाई तुम manure बनाओ, ठीक है manure तुमने बना लिया, where do you sell it? So when there is no market to sell, हम produce बना कर रखते रहे और बेच नहीं सके. So the government has to step in to help the goshalas. So the prices are increasing so much. The feeding of cows has become so expensive. It's really become very expensive. What used to be 50 rupees per cow per day is now 100 rupees per cow per day. So how can the goshalas be able to sustain?
Kadri, would you like to add something? Would you like to share your views on the digitalization of cattle farming?
Most of the points are considered by said by ma'am. Yeah, I want to say one thing like ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट्स की एक मंडी जरूर होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जब तक मैंने जैसे ब्लॉग्स के लिए भी कहा कि आप एक शेल्फ क्रिएट नहीं करेंगे किसी भी प्रोडक्ट की जो कि गौशाला लाइक अगर एक ऑर्गेनिक मंडी क्रिएट होती है तो उस ऑर्गेनिक मंडी के लिए जो प्रोड्यूस होगा ऑब्वियस है काउ मैन्योर चाहिए होगा तो उस जब भी कोई ऑर्गेनिक खेती करता है या ऑर्गेनिक जब भी कोई लैंड होता है उसको बनाने के लिए ही 2 साल तक उसमें ऑर्गेनिक खाद डाली जाती है जो कि काऊ से बनती है और उसको करने के लिए उसको जब उसमें बीज वगैरह डालते हैं जब तक करने के लिए लगातार 1-2 साल तक उसकी जो क्वालिटी है हमें इम्प्रूव करनी होती है और उसके लिए ही बहुत गोबर लगता है और जब तक हम ये रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं निकालेंगे कि हमारे पास कि गाय से निकलता है और गाय से मिलता है और गाय का ही यूज होगा नहीं होगा मार्केट में ऐसा नहीं होगा तो एक काऊ का कोई वायबिलिटी नहीं होगी ना, फिर वो 5 साल बाद बेकार ही हो जाएगी, वेस्ट ही हो जाएगी। गाय की उम्र होती है 20 से 25 साल तक और दूध देना 5-7 साल तक ही दे पाती है दूध। उसके बाद तो उसका गोबर ही एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट है जिसमें आप कुछ कर सकते हैं और गोबर खेती में यूज हो सकता है, लॉग्स में हो सकता है। लाइक हमने होलिका फाउंडेशन में हम मूर्तियां भी बनाते हैं काऊ डंग से, तो जो हमें इसकी एक ऑर्गेनिक मार्केट क्रिएट करनी पड़ेगी, मतलब जहाँ पे कि हम काऊ से निकले हुए प्रोडक्ट्स रखें और दिखे वो वहां पर, उसके लिए एक अलग वो इट्स अ वेरी करेक्ट पॉइंट, एक अलग से ऐसी जगह होनी चाहिए और ऐसी कुछ गवर्नमेंट को देनी चाहिए स्कीम्स जैसे कि किसान को बहुत इजी हो, अगर उसने घर में भी गाय रखी है तो हफ्ते भर का गोबर इकट्ठा हो और वो देकर आ जाए अपने गांव की किसी मंडी के अंदर ही जहाँ पे वो देते हैं। तो ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, जगह जगह हब भी होने चाहिए अवेयरनेस के लिए, क्या क्या करना चाहिए, कैसे काउ रियरिंग तरीके से की जा सकती है, क्या काउ के वेलफेयर हैं ये भी बताने के लिए होना चाहिए, कोई इस तरह से भी होना चाहिए। ये सारे डिजिटाइजेशन तो एक बहुत मतलब एक अपर द लेवल है, उससे पहले भी बहुत सारी चीजें हमें करेक्ट करनी है उसके अंदर जो कि काउ वेलफेयर के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। लाइक रियरिंग में बहुत सारी चीजें होती है, लोग ध्यान नहीं देते हैं काउ को, एक बहुत मतलब उनके पास रहने के जो शेड्स होते हैं वो ठीक नहीं होते हैं, अगर किसी ने अपने घर में 8-10 रखी होती है तो गांव में भी इस तरह की ट्रेनिंग दी जानी चाहिए। डेयरी में तो खैर देते ही है, डेयरियों में भी देनी चाहिए और गौशालाओं में भी देनी चाहिए, बट कि एक प्रोसेस हो मतलब वेलफेयर एस्पेक्ट से भी काम को देखना चाहिए। अगर हम उसके प्रोडक्ट का तो करेंगे बट उसका खुद का वेलफेयर भी हमें देखना है।
So I guess awareness is the key to actually breaking a lot of religious and barriers. So that is pretty much what we wanted to cover. I guess we'll be moving to the participants and all the questions that they have been tingling with. So, okay. First question. There are many products made of cow dung and cow urine. But why is it not easily available to common people? Are there platforms through which we can make these more available to the common people?
Should I answer this?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because no one is. Yeah, why it is not available? Because we are not creating so many shelves to present it in the market. if you see any of a brand, आप किसी ब्रांड का कोई प्रोडक्ट है तो वो कुछ साल तक तो सिर्फ उसकी ब्रांडिंग ही करते हैं, कुछ साल उसकी उसको सिर्फ एक शेल्फ पे ही रखते हैं, उसको दिखाने के लिए लोगों को। और आप कहते हो अवेलेबल नहीं है, अवेलेबिलिटी इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि गौशाला वाला गौशाला संभालेगा या उसका प्रोडक्ट वो बना भी लेगा तो उसे बेचेगा कैसे? इतनी सारी टेक्निक्स, इतनी सारी चेन को एक गौशाला नहीं मैनेज कर सकती है। उसके लिए हमें और लोग चाहिए जो उसमें जाएं, जो उस प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट तक लेके जाएं और मार्केट में वो सेल हो।
Also, the funding is a very big issue because you see,
yes,
to create a market for any product, you need a lot of funds. So who after we need big industrialists. Like in the south, there is a group, Mag or Seva Products. So they have a big industrialist group behind them, and they're doing tremendously well. They're able to completely self-sustain a very big huge goshala. So, there's so much of effort is required to bring the product in the market. And I think Holy Cow is the first organization which brought its product out into a mall. So, the Select City Walk Mall has given us a small kiosk where our products are available. And, through the website also they are available. And secondly, people who are running the goshalas, they are not like the urban people who are running dog and cat shelters. Now, the small animal shelters are being run by urban people who are very savvy, who have huge contacts. So, today you have street dog feeding squads every, you couldn't even imagine that you would see stray dogs wearing dog coats in winters, but now you do that. So, very many people are involved in it. But tell me how many people are involved in working for cows? They see cows eating garbage, they see cows eating plastic all the day in the garbage dump. They are dying of thirst. Who goes there to help cows? No one goes. Because, they have attached cow to an orthodox system, to religion. And they have gotten to see that this is also a living being. And you are okay to having milk from a cow. But you are very distinct if somebody calls the cow a mother, then you think they are orthodox people. Change the mindset of the youngsters these days, of the people these days. Because dog and cat ke liye hundreds of people will stand up. How many people will stand up for these large animals, these farm animals? The farm animals are the most abused animals on earth. Because they're all, factory farming mein hote hain, they are just live to die.
There's another question from our participants. Do you think that the acceptance of cow dung and urine-based products is more in foreigners as compared to Indians?
More in foreigners?
More in your experience, has this been the case? That foreigners are more acceptable or, adapt more to these products?
No, that's not so, because, the people who know about Ayurveda, they are the ones who are more acceptable to it. It's not a matter of Indians or foreigners at all. Secondly, the urban people are little wary of buying any product they have to ingest, like the cow urine. That everybody is not open to. Like shampoo also, in the beginning they are very averse to using shampoo which has some percentage of cow urine in it. But a dhupbatti, which they want to burn in their homes, they are 100% acceptable to it because they are not ingesting it. So, that way, and phenyl, the gonile that we are selling, that people are very, very acceptable to, because especially people who have pets in their homes. So, they want a pet-friendly product, not something which is full of chemicals and can be poisonous.
No.
So, it depends, on the products. Like some people who know about the benefits of the cow urine arc, they are regular buyers. They swear by it. And they are every day, they are having it every day, and they feel that a lot of diseases are kept at bay. But you have to be open-minded.
I guess with this, we've come to the end of our session. I would like to thank our amazing speakers for their amazing insights on this topic, and I'm sure all of us learned a lot today.
Yeah, and I feel that there are a lot of IIT youngsters, and I would really like to send them a message that please get joined with things like this, NGOs like this. We need the young minds. because we are not so savvy with the social media to put it on this. Like if suppose everybody decides that okay, we'll help one organization, they can do tremendous work. So we need youngsters like you.
I'm sure you have our support, and especially after knowing so much about your organization, I'm pretty sure people would be bombarding your site to check this out. Kaveri, is there something you would also like to say before we end this session?
Yeah, I just wish to say कि हमें यूथ चाहिए जो इसमें काम करे, क्योंकि इसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हमें यंग माइंड्स तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, क्योंकि हर चीज सिर्फ एक आदमी नहीं कर सकता. वी नीड अ टीम फॉर दिस. एवरीवन नीड अ टीम फॉर दिस. एक टीम चाहिए होती है उसको बनाने के लिए, उसको आगे ले जाने के लिए. तो वी नीड अ यंग पीपल. तो हम चाहते हैं कि आप लोगों को और अवेयर कराएं और लोग आपसे हमसे जुड़े हैं, ऐसी छोटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से, गौशालाओं से जो कि काम करे फार्म एनिमल्स या काउस के लिए. पेट एनिमल्स को तो सभी प्यार कर लेते हैं मोस्टली जो रखते हैं, बट जो फार्म में होती है, गौशाला में होती है, लोगों को उनके बारे में पता ही नहीं होता. तो उनके बारे में जागरूकता लाने के लिए हम चाहते हैं कि जो छोटे बच्चे या नए लोग आ रहे हैं वो काम करें इसके ऊपर, क्योंकि अवेयर हो जाए लोग. मैं इतना ही कहना चाहती हूँ.
Thank you, Ashita. Thank you for coordinating this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashita.
Thank you.